All right, part two of our nature walk. And I'm talking about daily life and daily things that happen to real people.
There's a little pond. Boy, this is growing up a lot. It might be all grown up. Where we were sitting.
I bet you Rocky and Precious are just hitting themselves they didn't come today. Okay.
They've never been out in this part, have they?
No.
They would have done something new.
I'm still watching that episode, like the series Lost.
Series Lost.
Yeah, where they're on the island.
Oh, I've never watched it. I have to check it out.
Oh, look at these little waterfalls. Come down and.
Yeah, then it goes down here.
I don't know, last night, like early this morning, there was like a big gust of wind. Like almost like a real fast tornado. And I heard a lot of stuff like fly. And then when I took let Rocky and Precious out this morning, I looked, and one of my floodlights was on the ground broken.
Oh.
Somebody shot. Oh. Huh?
Somebody shot it
out. No. Yeah, it was sitting on my table. Something's here.
Yeah.
It's disturbed. So maybe something ran across here. Oh, I was looking on Zillow to see why the place beside me. Oh, look at that.
There's a bunch of them, different places. What?
For the house, the property beside me, why it hasn't sold. Well, I guess the company, whoever it is, I think it's BlackRock, that came in and bought the property, had put it for rent. Guess the price. Guess the amount they want for the...
Probably, plus you got to pay utilities, right?
No, I think the utilities are maybe...
Included?
Well, I don't know if it's included.
$1,800.
$1,565.
How much?
$1,565 per month.
For over in your area?
Yep.
That's correct. That's crazy.
No, in my area, you're looking at maybe $600 to $800. You're not going to get $1,565. Because I think what it is, they found out that the house is in a flood zone, and they added the flood zone
insurance
to it. So, because it was at $1,200.
See how it cleared?
It was $1,200, and then it was actually $1,201, and then when the flood zone people contacted, they said the building sold, and it's $1,565 now. So $565 more per month. And there's yeah, the other day there was 3 young guys in a Forester or some sort of wagon vehicle that stopped to look at it. Yeah, look at them. They clear cut this and left the wood years ago. The state left the wood.
They're right up in here's where Micah, I'll show you, fell asleep underneath trees. And I was just on a little ways from him.
They just left the wood. Seems to be their thing. Pennsylvania cuts trees down and then lets the wood.
And the stuff that grows up is good for deer to eat and the small stuff.
Well, sometimes they do it because they want a certain species to take over. But I noticed too that the one they like to kill off most is sassafras.
Yeah, and my father-in-law has only got 1 tree left on his property, and that's what he used to use to smoke with. Sassafras. Yeah. That's some of the best smoking that you can get.
Well,
to smoke meat.
The only reason that they say it's bad is because the government paid for the report to say that it was bad. But I can swear to it that my grandma, great-grandma, and my grandpa we would get roots during like November, December time frame, and then we would put them on the basically boil the roots for the tea, and we would drink that for 2 months straight. They would get fresh root and then wash it off and then put it in a pan and then we'd boil it, and then we would get that red.
It's growing up, but this used to be. See, there's dirt pile. Michael was sitting on that one. There's another one that I was sitting on. But they've done a lot since we were out in here. We're just going to go a little bit, then we're going to turn around. Boy, you crappy pants.
Look at that road right there.
This time of the year, you should start seeing sheds or stuff too. You know, deer sheds, antler sheds.
Well, I can tell you with my experience of being out here in the Pennsylvania wild, if you very rarely see white-tailed deer. If you do, they're in 3s. There'll be 3 together. That's it.
Yeah, it's crazy. They've got them shot off.
Yeah, and then they want to. Erie representative wants to push for the whole like 24/7, 365 days a year hunting. There ain't going to be no animals left. It's just basically taking away the food source. If you were to live in the wild.
Michael was sitting around here, somewhere right in here, and I was sitting just down a little bit, and here he was sleeping. Okay, you want to turn around?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, so that Erie representative wants to push for 365 days a year. Well, maybe there's some, I thought about it. Maybe there are some areas that are overpopulated, but that should be just that area, not the whole freaking state.
Right.
Because there's barely any animals out here. If you just listen, there's no animals. There's no sound of birds, nothing. Something broke. Huh?
Yeah, I gotta find another stick so we can do the other one.
Yep. Be a good place for a Walking Dead. Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Make a couple episodes out in this area. Group of survivors in a little fielded area like this. Oh, looks like some hoof marks. So when I go back, I'll put the truck next to the house and set it up for doing ash. And then I just wish that I tried to make a thing to where I could just directly like vacuum the ash into the truck, but I don't think it kind of worked, kind of didn't work. I couldn't be in two places at once. Because I was downstairs vacuuming, and then up top on the truck I had the vacuum. Thought about getting some PVC pipe, run it in the inside to like where the door opens, and then do a hose from that PVC pipe. Mm-hmm. 660 cubic feet of air.
There's that one. And there's another one here.
Oh, there's some interesting coal. I think that's coal.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Interesting.
No animals whatsoever.
See, there's the other one. Another one.
Yeah. Go take a dip. Huh? Leech pond. Get in there and get leeches.
Got to watch out up in here though, in different places, especially on the other side. Where I was telling you on the other side.
Yeah.
There's some holes that you won't get out of.
Oh yeah, I know where that.
Filled up by Cold Springs and all that stuff.
When you go there and look at that ford down in the crevice, I know you never get out of there.
There's some that you'll just fall in. And they're right beside the railroad bed too. There's one. It's always got water up the top. You don't even walk near it. You stay on your path because my father-in-law, when he was young, how he learned to drive and all that stuff, his dad used to have trucks, dump trucks. And he'd come up and get the old coal, it was leftover coal, and he'd sell it. And he'd have my dad put him on his lap, and when he could reach the pedals himself, he'd have him drive it out to the road and have the other guys take him.
Oh, you see that mushroom? That white mushroom? Like a puffball?
Yeah.
Look at that old tree. That'd be just like the one down there.
Yeah.
That'd be funny if it was like a Lord of the Rings. It would come alive and be like, oh shit.
Yeah, we just got done watching, because he watched the Will of the Rings. I said, they're saying about the other. I said, we should have watched, Mike Gabriel says, we should have watched the Hobbits first. So we watched all the Hobbits, because the Hobbits are before the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Because that's when Bilbo finds the ring.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah.
Hobbits, yeah.
Yeah, he found the ring. He met Gollum. And Gollum
The
used...
last of the Hobbits was the Battle of the Five Cities, where they had the battle.
I followed it all the way up to, like, where they had that dragon.
Well, you got to watch, because at the end when it goes, that's where you know that, because when he gets in the last part, all of a sudden you see him go back to, what's the name, the wizard?
Gandalf.
Yeah, goes with him, and he goes back to his little hometown. Well, they're auctioning off his stuff and everything, is how they thought he was dead, you know?
Yeah.
He hadn't been there for so ever. So he goes in his house, he's sitting there, and all of a sudden, because he went down to the city with him, the wizard, he says, no, you go. All of a sudden, he hears a knock on his door years later, and here it is at the door. And that's where Lord of the Rings start. In that right there.
I tried to follow him, but then something happened, like with Netflix, was it Netflix or was it Hulu?
Hulu, I think.
I think it was something was free. It was free, like, to watch all them, but then all of a sudden, when they got to the dragon that had all the gold,
Yeah.
After that, I didn't get to see any more because you had to pay for it, I think, because I didn't want to pay for it. I figure I wait till...
A nice buck rubbing that tree.
Oh, yeah.
Quite the rub there.
There's that tree. That big old tree. Probably 400 or 500 years old. Got the spray. Got that Bill Gates spray. That's when I started to notice all the trees. The bark started coming off, and then they just die. Oh yeah, they're firing at the gap. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that was a VA. That was well over to the gap.
Yeah, that was a mortar. Then you heard machine gun fire. Yeah, you can hear the machine gun fire lightly in the background. Sounds like a woodpecker.
Oh, she come back. Yes, that is the screenshot we needed. It is possible to take a picture of the very top of the page as well. We just need to be able to view the whole page. It's the same as the ones you got in. Scheduled you to speak with a case manager tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow? I thought I had something going on. 2 p.m. Eastern time. You'll be speaking. There's an option to cancel or reschedule. But what I was going to see here real quick, they had a picture. Oh, because, well, it's got the 60-70.
I know dealing with them people. They got it right in front of them on screen. But they want you to prove.
To see, I sent them the whole complete everything.
Yeah. Yeah. 16-page document that they send them, and then you send them.
I used to have a picture of it. The stick I made for my wife, it has flowers on it, butterfly, vine. Quite a thing.
There we go. That was a good one.
Yeah, because Pastor Mike, after church, are having the dinner and his 70th birthday. It's 27th. Still does the Appalachian Trail and goes hiking at night. And Sherry was in the hospital. She asked her what time who she wanted me to call. She said Pastor. I called him. He was on the Appalachian Trail down in Virginia for it.
Mm. Look at that.
It's a prehistoric egg.
Yeah.
I just found a stick. I'd have done it. One for him for. I get it done. Sunday for him. Stuff like doing stuff like this or art, it calms me down. I'll have to make you one. What do you like?
I'm tired. No, that was a yawn.
Huh? Tired?
Not really. It's there you go.
Walk a little ways.
Look at that. That little pebbles.
Maybe you do some panning, you might find gold.
I was thinking, because this is called gold mine,
Yeah,
so.
especially if you go up by the railroad bed up in that way or different stuff. Back in there, Roush Gap and.
But you can't film it because the government will want it all.
Yeah.
They'll come and knock on your door and confiscate.
Out in Arkansas, where we went out with my brothers, before we went, when I was down to getting our glasses and stuff at Bouquet Mulligan, the one lady was doing that. We were talking and we were saying about going out. She said, told me a name, and I can't figure out. They got a place out there. It's a state park that you can pan for gold. You can do gold. You know, the most purest gold is in the United States. Yeah, it's a diamond mine too. The diamonds in it. It was diamonds.
Unusual place for a pine tree. Yeah, you look around and that's the only pine tree you see.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta get rid of the pine trees.
Here's that Boulder Highway. I want to call it Boulder Highway because there's boulders that go that way to the eye can see. And then right up here, just all the way straight that way, you can see boulders for the eye can see. This is Boulder Highway, as far as I'm concerned. A secret Boulder Highway. The devil's highway. Bringing back supernatural. I'm bringing back Supernatural. I guess you probably never watched that show.
What?
Supernatural.
No, only no. Unless it was Sid Roth, Supernatural.
Huh?
Unless it was Sid Roth, Supernatural. He's a Jewish guy.
What's that? What? A white bark? Is that birch?
Huh?
Is that birch?
That's what it looks like. It's white birch.
Looks like it was recently cut off too.
This stuff can be wet and it'll light up just like a kerosene. White birch. Told my kids when we went up to Thousand Island. We went up there to look for, we went up to the Salmon River. Up in the Salmon River. I can't think of the name of the town there. Right there at the bridge, people. They're trying to see.
Oh, look at that. Got some, looks like some turkey tail growing there.
Huh?
Turkey tail growing.
Yeah,
Little baby mushrooms. You watched that show, reality show, where they go out in the woods and find ginseng and
found what?
ginseng and
No, I haven't watched that one yet.
and fungus,
Nope.
mushrooms for fancy LA restaurants.
Oh, you get, what is this?
Then they were doing worms in Alaska,
Shoot.
bloodworms.
Yeah, with the oil. Where do you get the make oil out of it? Plus they eat them, it's real expensive. It's a type of mushroom. Oh, what is it? What's the name of it?
Like me.
Truffle. Truffle. A pound of that is worth the gold, man. The gold mine. Truffles. That's like Princess Pine. My uncle used to, as a kid, or a teenager, or a young adult, he would go out in the woods and get Princess Pine. It's a little tiny little pine that come off.
Yeah.
And sell it. People love that. They make different stuff, but he would sell it. Called Princess Pine. That's just like a lot of people don't know what a Jack in the Pulpit is. The flower. Never heard of it?
No.
See if I can get it. Come up. Gotta take a rest thing.
Look at that mound.
Uh-huh.
Indian burial ground.
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day it was an
I
Indian
got
burial
4
ground.
bars.
Oh, there's a sign there. Looks like it has a
Right here.
number on it. 7 or 3.
Okay, see if there's another. Yeah, it's got the little thing on it.
Mm.
The flowers. And they're in the woods. They're native in the woods. But I think you're not supposed to actually cook them in Pennsylvania.
I don't know, that's kind of weird. Where that's all dug out.
Yeah.
It's all dug out there. And it's a pond. Like it was collapsed. Like it was collapsed a little bit back there.
Yep.
Like there was something
Could
there.
be one of the ones that you fall into. And they look a lot like that.
Need to get my boots. Need boots on coming out here. It's wet and mushy it is. It is.
There's a pine tree.
Yeah. I think my pine tree in the backyard got a disease because some of the limbs are dying off.
Pastor Mike was saying it too.
I keep cutting them off.
Yeah. I believe the same thing as Pastor Mike does. Soon we're going to see plagues in the United States, or in the world again. We're going to see plagues.
Yep.
why I'm not waiting, too. I'm not waiting to draw my Social Security at 67 full. I'm going to get it 62. I don't trust these. Well, I can. In May, now I can't get my first check until September, so it'll be almost October. I can apply 4 months prior. My birthday's in August, so May, I think it's May, right? August is the 8th month, subtract, yeah, January, February, March, April, May, I can call and apply for. Yeah, 'cause I'm not waiting. That's the way it's going.
Corruption.
Huh?
The corruption.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
You would think you would see squirrels out here
Yeah,
running around in the woods,
yeah. I haven't
Playing.
seen people yet.
playing and carrying on, and there's nothing.
Kind of tells me.
Nothing. Yeah, up this way you look in the trees, you don't even see the nests.
Nope.
No nests.
Nope.
And then they want to have hunting 365 days a year.
I love small game hunting. Used to love it. One of my favorite times to hunt was small game. Squirrels.
I got one that's in my backyard. He terrorizes me.
You see on Facebook, talk about that on Fox News,
Yeah.
that one guy who's going to sue because they raided his house and it killed his pet squirrel.
Well, they did that. They did that for what's the squirrel's name? Peanut, and the raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
New York sent a SWAT team. But Democratic.
Hello.
Hello, really quick. Can you just let me know? I'm supposed to be getting something sent to your house, like, important. So just let me know when you get mail from DFCC in my name.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't check it till yesterday because I'm up here in the Boxcar Rocks. We're walking our way out. No, is that all you want? Okay. Catch you later. Bye. I don't know who called me more. I think she does.
I think she has a sixth sense. I know she's a dad with Earl. or Gabriel or one of them. Like, she calls them first.
Yeah.
Says, "Hey,
Well,
where's Dad?"
She's got the 360 on the phone, on my phone and her phone, so I know she knows where I'm at. But she plays off, you know, like.
Gotta check on him. See if he's okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have a heart monitor hooked up to you. Oh yeah, you do. That smartwatch.
And who ordered that?
Yeah.
She did.
She can just tap right in, see if your little heart beating. Dad's alive. He's alive. His heart beating.
They sent my thing back again for my handicap thing. They said they need a letter. I'm going to send them a freaking copy of that the letter that I got, 70.
Yeah.
Send him a copy of that. Because this one, the temporary one I got, runs out the end of the month.
I don't see why they don't just give us a card with the chip in it, has all your information, and you can go from one system to the other. That's what I didn't like about the VA. You got that microchip card. I couldn't use it at home. You had to only use it on their computer.
When I first got in, started working at the cemetery, right? You could log in at home and take your leave. You didn't have to.
Yeah.
You got sick and all that stuff. Then all of a sudden you couldn't do.
Yeah, the reserves was like great because you could do it at home. Go on the time attendance.
Yeah.
And
Do it all at home.
Yep.
You know what I did and I told Eric to do? I finally threw them away, but now that I'm retired, as I would take, either print out, when I put in leave or put in sick, all that, I'd print it out, copy of it, or I'd take a picture with my phone. But I had him one time try to tell me I didn't, and all of a sudden, yeah. I said, what's this? Oh, you're not, you're not, you're not allowed. I said, yes, I can. I'm allowed to print out. See, I covered my back, but even though they didn't like me out there, I covered my back.
well, that for time and attendance, that one day I put in for the 1st and the 4th of May. And Danny comes to me, you need to change that. You need to change that. We need to get ready for Memorial Day. Yeah.
Nope.
And I'm like,
You know,
that's 3 weeks away, bro. That's 3 weeks away. Why can't I have my leave after my drill?
rightfully they cannot deny you. Oh, I looked into all that stuff, especially when I was going after the. Was you there when I went after the?
Well, even with it being a reserve thing, I could got him in total bunch of trouble.
I know. Was you there when I went after the union?
I don't think.
To this day, they won't come out. The union don't come out anymore. If they do, they mention my name. I exposed them. Right there on the spot, I exposed them all. What freaking idiots. They ripped me off.
Oh, wow, 45. Wow, it ain't doing